Let's be honest, everyone wants real love, but nobody teaches us how to spot toxic patterns before we're tangled up in them. Sometimes the worst relationship habits don't start with a slap or a scream, they start with a text, a compliment, or a quiet silence that hangs in the air. Today, I'm breaking down 8 of the most common toxic relationship patterns, how they work, what they look like in real life, and what you can do about them. If you ever found yourself second-guessing, walking on eggshells, or just feeling off in a relationship, you need to know these red flags. Let's get real. Love bombing. Let's start with love bombing. If you ever felt swept off your feet in a whirlwind of romance, pay attention. Love bombing is when someone showers you with affection, gifts, and attention right from the start. It feels incredible, like you're the star of a rom-com. You get constant good morning and constant good night texts, surprise flowers, deep talks at 2 a.m., and talk of a future together after just a few dates. But here's the catch. It's all about hooking you in quickly. Once you're attached, the affection drops off and suddenly you're wondering what went wrong. For example, you meet someone new. Within 2 weeks, they're telling you you're their soulmate, planning trips together, and saying, "I've never felt this way before." But the moment you ask for some breathing room, they act cold, withdrawn, or guilt you for ruining things. You start chasing that early high, doing anything to get their attention back. You're hooked. It's usually love bombing if it feels too good to be true, and it probably is. Real love grows slowly. Love bombing is about control, not connection. Take things slow. If someone's moving at warp speed, pump the brakes, even if it feels amazing. True intimacy can't be rushed. Gaslighting. Gaslight is a psychological manipulation, plain and simple. Gaslighting is when someone makes you doubt your own reality, memories, or even sanity. They deny things you know happened, twist your words, and claim you're too sensitive or crazy. Over time, you start to question your own judgment and may even apologize for things that aren't your fault. For example, you remember your partner making a snide comment at dinner. When you bring it up, they say, "That never happened. Why are you always inventing drama?" Or you find evidence of a lie, but they insist you're paranoid and seeing things. After enough of this, you might stop trusting your partner altogether. If you're always the one apologizing or questioning your sanity, something is wrong. Gaslighting is about power. It's not a misunderstanding. Try to document what happens. Tell a friend. If you feel like you're losing your grip on reality, you probably aren't. The situation is just that toxic. Codependency. Now this one's sneaky because it often looks like devotion. Codependency is when you lose your sense of self in a relationship. You're so focused on your partner's needs, moods, or problems that your own life takes a back seat. You start to believe you're only okay if they're okay. Your happiness, your social life, even your self-worth become tied to them. For example, you cancel plans with friends because your partner's in a bad mood. You give up hobbies to spend all your time with them. If they're sad, you feel responsible for cheering them up. If they're angry, you try to fix it, even if it's not your fault. If your world shrinks down to just your partner and you feel anxious or guilty for having needs of your own, you're in a codependent pattern. Start reconnecting with friends, hobbies, and things that make you, you. A healthy relationship is 2 whole people, not 2 halves trying to complete each other. Push-pull, aka the roller coaster. This is sometimes called the relationship roller coaster. This pattern is all about extremes. One day, your partner is all in, texting non-stop, making plans, being affectionate. The next, they're distant, irritable, or disappear altogether. For example, you're having an amazing week together, but then out of nowhere, they stop replying. You feel anxious, rejected, and start blaming yourself. Eventually, they come back with over-the-top apologies or gifts. You're relieved, and the cycle starts again. If your relationship swings from intense closeness to sudden distance over and over, you're stuck in the push and pull trap. If you're always waiting for the next crash, step back and ask, is this really what you want? Silent treatment and stonewalling. When conflict happens, healthy couples talk it out. But in toxic relationships, one person might withdraw, ignore your messages, or give you the cold shoulder for days, even weeks. This isn't just needing space. It's about punishing you and making you desperate for attention or forgiveness, even if you didn't do anything wrong. For example, you have a small disagreement, and your partner suddenly stops replying to texts, won't make eye contact, and acts like you don't exist until you apologize. You end up groveling, even though you're not sure what you did. If someone uses silence to punish or control you, That's emotional abuse, not conflict resolution. You deserve to be heard, even when things are rough. If you're being stonewalled, set a boundary. I'm here to talk when you're ready, but I won't chase you. Triangulation. Ever feel like there's always someone in your relationship? That's triangulation. It's when your partner brings up an ex, a friend, a sibling, or even a random follower online to make you feel insecure, jealous, or like you're competing for their attention. For example, your partner constantly compares you to their ex, saying things like, "They always knew how to cheer me up," or "They talk about how attractive their coworker is," or how their family never gave them this much trouble. You start feeling like you're on trial, always trying to measure up. If you're constantly being compared to others or feel like you're in a contest for love, that's triangulation. Call it out. I'm not interested in being compared. If you miss your ex, maybe you need to sort that out. You're not here to compete for basic respect. Blame shifting and victimhood. Some people never take responsibility for their actions. If they screw up, it's your fault. If they hurt you, it's because you made them do it. They twist every situation so they're the victim and you're always apologizing. For example, they forget your birthday, and when you mention it, they accuse you of being ungrateful, or after an argument, they say, "I wouldn't have yelled if you hadn't provoked me." No matter what, you end up feeling guilty. If you're always the one apologizing and their mistakes are always your fault, you're being manipulated. Healthy relationships mean owning up to mistakes. If you're always the villain in their story, it's time to write your own ending. Control and isolation. Finally, this is one of the most dangerous patterns because it often starts small. "I just want to spend more time with you," but can end with you feeling trapped and totally alone. For example, your partner pressures you to cancel plans, criticizes your friends and family, or checks your phone and social media. You find yourself making excuses for their behavior and slowly withdrawing from people who care about you. If your world is getting smaller and your independence is fading, that's not love, it's control. A healthy partner encourages you to have life outside the relationship. If you're feeling isolated, reconnect with loved ones and set boundaries. So what can you do if you recognize any of these toxic patterns? First, trust your gut. If something feels off, it probably is. Second, talk to people you trust. A friend, a therapist, a support group. You are not alone. Start setting boundaries. If someone can't handle your no, they don't deserve your yes. Remember, your needs matter. You deserve to be heard. If you found this video helpful, hit like, subscribe, and share with someone who needs to hear it. Remember, red flags are warnings, not challenges. Healthy love lifts you up, and you deserve nothing less. You matter. Don't settle for less than real respect. Thanks for watching.